Yeah, so if you basically go back here and then just take the camera down there and then get some landing gear pins and then just go to the back there. It's got a little Easter egg, which is cool. I love the way they hid that. Oh yeah. It's a bit notorious, the story behind that one. Oh, we've got some time. Let me have a look at the actual approach here. Mandatory 2000 approach coming in. It's MA 408, which is here. 29 and 9er on the heading. Wait, so they don't have a VOR or anything? VOR visual approach. Oh, they have one back here called Fun. Oh, the irony of that name. So we could have a 235 radial coming out of Fun. We could punch that in. And a radial coming out the runway. And then we can see the convergence line. Wind isn't going to change around anytime soon, so I think we can have a look at the options. You've got VOR A and VOR B, and you've got RNAV. RNAV 2.3 is possibly the one to go for. But you've got two kinds of RNAV. RNAV and RNAV B. So many choices. That's B. Must be A, presumably. Yeah, the tablet's entirely in-game. 2-3. No stars. So they drop one Papa. What does that look like? That's not too bad, is it? That brings you straight into lid row. So Lidrow routes you down to MA, what was it? 536 and 534. 536 and 534. Must be at 4,000 at 534 according to this. Which is not what is punched into here. So you go 4,000 at 534. And then according to this you have to be above 3,000 by Pillim, which it has, so it's got a nice glide coming in, so that should work. That's your initial approach fix at Pillim. Out of Pillim on a radial of 229er straight in. So we could put a radial off Pillim or just put a radial off the runway. Either way it's going to hit the runway. Precision approach, what the this one, the RMP. Straight in landing. The RMP, the non-precision approach. Approach have you to 1300 minimums, just takes you down to 490. Yeah. So we're looking at this column here, presumably. It's rude to not do a circle in 05 and land at Madeira. Does that not depend on the really strong winds coming in that make 05 a really bad idea? Going to be 2,000 feet. MA 408. Mandatory 2,000 feet. Which it has in. So that pretty much sets us up for the approach going in, I would say. Missed approach climb to 3,000 to Monic. Right. Get some of these in. Good to me. We're going to Madeira. The island of Madeira. Tenerife and Co are further south down here. Canaries are there. Madeira's like a bit north. Never been to Madeira. Anybody been to Madeira? Is it any good? What's the weather like? Because like if you go to the Canaries, they have really nice year-round weather. What's Madeira like in terms of the weather? It's a bit windy. That sounds like Fuerteventura then. You've been in the sim and it's stunning. Oh. it's windy. Is that a good thing? Right, looking at this, I appear to be... Oh no, it's just updated. We're flying at the same speed. It looked like I was dropping back, but I think it hadn't updated. Apparently there's drizzle. What, in Madeira? The weather here is lovely, rain, low clouds and windy. Madeira approach 05. Lol? Is that a Twitch name? Call Madeira approach 05. You enjoyed Tenerife Super Drive to the volcano? It is, yeah, it's nice. I came down there at sunset and it was amazing. Oh yeah, light drizzle. Broken at 1500. Eek. How come this METAR is not pulling through the same METAR that you're pulling through on the command, Alex? If I refresh that, it doesn't mention drizzle. It doesn't mention broken at 1500. Dude, I literally clicked it twice. I'll click it again. There you go. 3 times I've clicked it. Doesn't mention drizzle. It says broken at 4200. Not 1500. What does yours say? It's the wrong airport. Why is it on LPPT? Hang on a minute. Okay, that was highlighted green. Yeah, whatever. That was highlighted green. I think... Yeah, I don't understand. Ignore that. Ignore that. I don't understand. I'm pretty certain that was highlighted and I clicked refresh, but it was showing me PPTT. It wasn't Ty. Go watch the VOD. I'm telling you, that was highlighted. Okay, whatever. There is no VOD. Light drizzle broken at 1500, 19 Celsius, 220 at 16 knots. You would not land on 05. It was highlighted as arrival. Yeah, I think there's a little bugette going on there. Right, so if it's got drizzle, we can probably expect medium, do you think? I think we can expect medium for drizzle? Because the runway's going to be a little bit damp, isn't it? One would have thought. 62.8 on the fuel. Okay, that's fine. Max reverse is low. Okay, so even on medium, we've got a good length of runway, so I think we'll be fine. So no worries on that front. If it went to poor, we'd be in trouble. If it went to medium poor, we'd still be okay. But that's on a low brake setting. If that gets wet, we might have to go medium brake. Simad, thank you very much for 62 months. Do you reckon it'll be sunset by the time we get there? I reckon the sun might be about here. Long shadows. Rob Jensen, how you doing, sir? Thank you for 54 months. Long time no see. Oh, top of descent's coming up, not too far away. Rich Racing Pilot says good, medium, and lower are for runway contaminants, so good is wet. So good is wet. Should be alright then. Cam 6107, thanks for 9 months. So Ty, have you been doing any flying in the sim or any IRL flying? No, I'm not using Sim Toolkit Pro. Alpha Madeira's runways and overpass for roads below. Looks cool on a street view. IRL flying, but doing some airliner stuff in the sim. Nice. Cool. Where have you been flying in the States? You're still pretty hooked on Final Fantasy? Well, I presume you've flown into Lisbon IRL, right? So I assume you've already seen that approach. Been there once. I feel like I need to fly there now. Yeah, it does look really nice. I feel like I really want to go there. I didn't realise how nice it was. Thank you for 85 months, Donkey. Take a long time to learn aircraft. No, because I'd flown Airbus before, but I remember years and years ago when I'd never flown an Airbus, and the learning curve is quite interesting. No type. May was a complete, absolute nightmare busy month for me, but June I've got free time. And I've also got to do my medical in a week on Wednesday, I think, so yeah. It's going to get expensive in June, I think, with the medical and the flying. Got to pay for an instructor as well. Yeah, I'm going to switch focus onto that. It was like 3 years ago. It's bonkers, isn't it? Absolute bonkers. Well, I've got good access to this plane, so when I get up, if you ever come over here, definitely take you flying. You still need to see London. Fly the new H-Jet. Not heard of it. Just a show. Did he really? I didn't see that Tom Scott video. Last thing I flew on was a helicopter about a year ago. I'm going to get up and with a buddy soon though. Should 100% go fly a helicopter. Dude, I love helicopters. I don't want to fly one because I might want to carry on flying one and they're stupidly expensive. I don't want to taste something that I want more of. I'll stick to the planes. If I wanted a chopper, I'd be like, because even the missus has said to me, why don't you get your helicopter license? And my answer is, have you seen how much they are to fly? That's why. If somebody else was paying, yes. $225 for 0.6 on the Hobbs. Hey, yeah. Yeah, no. message of the sensors this time, I wonder. AI hops. No ADC required. What even is that? What's all that about? Kind of done for a while. Well, you've got top of descent coming up soon. Just make sure you don't miss that. In about 110 nautical. Not far off rollout, so 1917. So about 15 minutes, I think, you need to punch in a descent. So if you want to make a brew, a nice Yorkshire tea, you've got time. 8 days off from work after being on the road for 6 days. Now, the gamer video on YouTube is gold, THU. I honestly didn't know how that video was going to go down. I haven't looked at the comments yet. It's saying you push back before your ETD. Ah. If you had pushed back late, you would have added into a reason why. Gotcha. Oh, so you have to report why you're late. I see. I haven't played Satisfactory in a long time, Carl. I just also want in that game is a different map. A different map, construction bots, and a proper overhead planning tool. If I had those 3 things, I would play the game more. I wish somebody could do a mod that just generated maps. Well, pretty much, Ty. That's why Factorio's a better game at the end of the day. But, you know, running around in a 3D FPS type game with your mates is kind of fun. Like, with Factorio, you can build things that look like a circuit board. They're nicely all, like, lined up, and they're efficient, and you know what I mean? You can just design things really nicely. With Satisfactory, you've got to build all your floor, then you've got to get your grid going, you get elevations, you can't get rid of certain trees, you can't get rid of other ones, you can't get rid of these rocks. Like in Factorio, I can blow up rocks, I can blow up trees, I can get rid of things. No, Dyson's a game that, Dyson's a really good game, but single player is not as enjoyable. I just want multiplayer in Dyson. If I got multiplayer, I'd definitely dive into it. Satisfaction looks a lot less than Factorio. The worst part of Satisfaction is having to explore every time for the recipes in the same map. No, the worst part is just having the same map. You know where you're going all the time. I've been 94 months better. I got some goodies. I got like t-shirt and hoodie and stuff. Hey? I got jog pants in there as well. Oh, and a pair of socks. They're all Be Quiet themed, funnily enough. Any ideas on why Track Hour is completely out of stock for years? Is it? I don't think it is. Where are you looking? Carl's, you're welcome. Alright, come on, mate. They fit you? Oh. Hey? What? They're nice. They're alright, aren't they? Did I enjoy the F1 race? I can't really discuss it, THU, because it'd be a bit of a spoiler for anybody who's not seen it yet. What are you doing? If only chat could have seen you then. Yeah, that honestly, if only chat could have seen you then. Mrs. Squirrel got out of her seat, stayed crouched over and started doing a weird swimming motion with her arms. What are you doing? It's like a weird breaststroke stood up. Oh dear. How we're doing for spacing. Alex, I think you can't be up unless my Volanta's not updated again. Oh, it updated. No, it's fine. Actually, I think I might have caught tie up a little bit. I don't know. Roller is 1917 ETA. What's yours, Alex and Ty? What's your ETA on Roller? 19 next year. 2 minutes behind me. That's a bit close. Right, so there's a 4-minute gap to you and a 2-minute gap to Alex. Volanta, Mr. Shine. Well, you never know, Rob. I think you might have to. I think even I might have to slow down a bit, but I need you to slow down first. You're a couple of knots faster than me, 404 ground speed. Yeah, I'm doing 390. If you're doing 404, what are you doing, Alex? Ground speed? I mean, if Alex and Ty want to jump on Discord, they can join. I'll drag them in the room if they want to join. I don't know. Depends if they want to talk. 377 now, fair enough. Oh, jumped into different rooms. Well, hang on.
Hey.
Yo.
Hello.
It's a pain, Discord. When you try and drag somebody down the rooms, if you can't see the room, it doesn't auto scroll down.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of weird.
So I had to drag you down to the room that Alex is in, and then drag you both in.
GG. We just need fewer rooms, I guess.
We already removed one of them.
That's true.
I won't ask which.
Yeah, I'm doing 374 ground speed now.
I'm doing 387. I think Ty's doing over 400.
Yeah, I'm showing 402. I punched in a 55 cost index, so a little bit quicker.
Our cost index is 5.
I was like 330 in the climb.
That's pretty much on the red line, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm looking at like I'm 11 knots under the red line right now. I'm also at 35 though. For whatever reason, didn't give me 37.
Really? What are you
Oh.
at, Alex?
37. Almost can't speak then.
Just blame the accent.
Damn me being Dutch. Yeah, I manually set my speed to 0.74 Mach, so that's slowing me down a bit.
Oop.
Oh, the weather's not changed at all.
I was gonna say, I think it's gonna be a little sporty for us coming in. 21015 is not.
For runway 5?
Boy, I put the conditions into the runway, you know, landing thing, and we're almost using the entire runway just to land on 2-3.
You
When
must
I,
be really heavy then.
when I punched it in, it was
Listen.
pretty okay.
What conditions did you use for the runway?
Well, I put it on good. I've had it on good, medium, and then
Yeah.
I put it on medium. If I refresh the METAR, and then 62.8 tons landing, low brakes, max reverser. I'm using 2 kilometers, and we've still got a chunk left.
Yeah, I'm a bit heavier than you, I think, Paul.
Oh, what is that in? What is? Hang on. 68, 24 feet in AM. Yeah, I'm showing about 2 kilometers, like basically 80% of the runway just to get stopped.
Well, God says like about 600 meters left, but that's only on low brake.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you punched up the brakes, you'd have plenty of space.
Still not sure I'd want to land with a 15 knot tailwind.
No,
Probably not a good idea.
I wouldn't try it. I mean, you know, feel free if you want to, but
You cook the brakes enough, I'm sure it'll work. Didn't they just expand that runway?
They did.
A couple
I don't
years
know
ago?
when they did that, I think a few years back.
never been to Madeira, but I do like Madeira cake a lot.
Oh, hey, we got top of descent coming up. Ooh.
Oh, well, 30 nautical. Did they have Madeira cake in the States?
I don't know what Madeira cake is, so maybe. What is a Madeira cake?
It's kind of like a lemony color, I guess. It's quite a plain cake. It's just got a nice taste to it.
Ha! Plain cake.
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm sure it exists somewhere. I mean, I live like my wife is Portuguese. I live in a Portuguese neighborhood, so I'm sure I can find Madeira cake around here.
No, it's not like coffee cake.
I haven't done any of my descent planning yet. Whoops.
I should probably do that. So at 15.
This approach almost feels like cheating now.
Because it's going straight in.
Yeah, like I feel like I should fly the non-precision and then fly the rest of it by hand, but the non-precision, it's going to be close as to whether you can get down low enough.
What's the minimums for the visual one?
Oh, I don't know about the visual. The non-precision
high.
approach is like 1400.
Oh, that's gonna be really close with broken at 1500.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, worst that can happen, you go around.
No. You don't understand. This is a sim.
Just plant it down regardless.
We are landing, okay?
We are landing.
Just turn the terrain radar on and stay away from the yellow and red stuff.
Probably the blue stuff as well.
Standard Airbus practice, right?
Just put the gear up first. You're fine. Down we go.
Are you descending?
I am, yeah. I just hit top drop.
Oh, you're at 3.5, aren't you?
Yeah, 3.5. I've never actually, so I never fly in real time, so I never actually trust any of the data on here's what time you cross this waypoint. So I'm showing roll R 1913.
I'm showing 1920 now, so I've lost a minute.
1917.
Perfect. So we're still 4 and 3-ish.
I'm pretty much flying at green belt speed now as well, just for spacing.
Don't go that slow.
I'm doing 359 ground speed.
Do you have collision turned on with other objects?
I don't.
Well, then there you go.
But I don't. If I land inside Paul's plane now, then he will complain about it.
He'll probably be upset. You're right.
Yeah. He'll be like, "Oh, he just needed his 5 minutes of fame." Little does he know that's the only reason I moderate for him, so I can appear on the stream with him.
Well, I mean, makes sense. I was thinking about just put myself in a hold there for a bit, letting him go first, so I could see myself land. But this plane really is incredible, though. Like, I haven't gotten to fly it a ton yet, but I'm so happy to have a real airliner in this sim.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I did about 5 flights with the PMDG 737 when that came out, and then the Phoenix came out, and I've only flown that since.
I got all set up on the Monday,
Sorry.
flew it all day Tuesday, and then Wednesday got the key for the Phoenix and was like, okay, I'll start again on a different plane.
So I was going to buy the PMDG 737, and then Phoenix, I could see that it was going to come out like soon. I forget, like they were leaving beta, or maybe that was when folks started streaming it. But I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to buy the 737 because I'd rather fly the Airbus anyway.
I kind of think the MDG held off, like chucked it out the door quick because they knew Phoenix was coming.
Entirely possible. I don't know, we had because we also had that 146 that came out a couple weeks prior as well, and the Mad Dog. There's been 4 airliner releases in the last like month and a half, which is nuts.
From what I've read it with the Madoc, it's definitely a case of it being rushed out before it's ready, though, just to be the first one. I've not flown it myself, but it seems to be really rough.
Like about the documentation's got
I think
loads of
they're
errors in it.
Finish.
I think that kind of lines up with previous Mad Dog releases. Like that plane, I think, has always been a bit of a dumpster fire when it comes out, and then they
Right.
sort of fixed it through patches. Because I feel like I remember the same thing when that thing came out in 3D.
Captain Flint, I'll probably
I have some
stick with the
sympathy,
others
though,
for a
'cause
while.
this brand new platform, whole new set of things they got to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, by default, my Honeycomb Alpha, like when I was pushing it forward and pulling it back, it wasn't really doing much with the plane until I properly calibrated it inside, and then it was just okay, this works properly now. There's like lots of little things like that you've got to calibrate properly. Same with the thrust levers.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm using the Thrustmaster Warthog. I haven't had it even touch any of the calibration stuff. It just sort of worked. But I know that a friend of mine had similar problems with the Bravo, trying to actually just get it to work.
Like the throttle levers will work, but you know where you want it to go through the different detents, you can configure that
yeah,
in
right.
the MCDU.
Does the Bravo have detents? Like physical detents?
No. Well, it has a detent for reverse thrust, but it doesn't actually work. But I have got the A320 levers, which
Okay.
have like on the, if you look on the Airbus levers, has those things that you can pull up with your fingers. So it has those, and they act. You can map that to hold thrust, hold reverser, and so when you pull those up, it activates the reverser, and then you throttle forward. So you don't actually pull back; you kind of go forward with it, which is a bit counterintuitive, but you get used to it.
got to get you a left-handed T16,000 or something.
Yeah.
So you can fly this. You can fly this thing left-handed with your, with the right throttle. But then also, when you go back into Star Citizen, you can fly with 2 joysticks.
Yeah. I'm showing roller at 1918 though.
I'm
Yeah,
still
so-
showing 1920, so
What are you showing as Palmer Airport? I'm showing, sorry, Palmer Airport, Madeira Airport. I'm showing 1944.
1947.
37.
Okay, so I need to go a little bit quicker, or Alex, or you need to go a bit slower, or both.
Well, I can't go much slower anymore. I did just set managed speed, but it usually goes to the bottom of the brackets anyway on descent, so I don't know if you can actually really slow down.
We should be okay. Once we're all a couple. I mean, we can speed up, slow down once we get to the approach phase.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just configure a little early. It's fine. We're gonna go for the 30-mile straight-in approach as if we were a Cirrus pilot, and then make sure we don't wash our hands when we leave the bathroom.
Alright, that got a little personal. Bit too detailed.
Just like any good Cirrus pilot.
Not based on experience at all. Those clouds off to the right near the sun look nice.
You see the buildups in front of us, though? Like, there's definitely some rain showers out there.
If only we had a weather radar.
Oh, where
Yeah,
was I
right.
flying yesterday? And as I was coming in, there was a huge, like, plume of cloud in front, like a proper anvil going on. Ooh, big rising cloud in front of us. Like, that looks pretty bad over there. But thankfully, we landed before we got to it.
I did a leg into San Diego this morning in the marine layer, and it was, I think, 900 broken with like 3-mile visibility. Like, it was incredible. It was the
3
first
miles.
bad weather approach I've done in this sim.
And what
I
was
haven't
you-
seen the anvils though.
I was going to say, were you visual or you were on a ILS or something?
I flew the localizer approach.
Right.
Yeah, it was just because you were VMC until about probably 4,000, and then there was about a 3,000 foot or so layer of clouds, and then it was VMC again once you got down low. It was an awesome little breakout.
I flew a weird approach yesterday. It had a teardrop, so you flew over the field, and then you teardrop to come back around again. But the problem is, it took you straight out. Imagine a teardrop. It took you straight out on the runway heading, and then teardropped you back again, to then make you turn onto runway heading. But the problem with that is, you were descending, and the teardrop part of it took you over the hills. So you're actually closer to the hills than you needed to be than if you'd have gone the other way. It was weird.
Interesting.
I generally wonder if that was a proper. Well,
That seems incorrect, but
yeah, I punched it in, and that's what it did. But is that real? It was so.
you guys have all these weird approaches in Europe, so I have no idea.
I can't remember
Which
which
airport was
airfield
this,
it was.
Paul?
I'm trying to think which one it was.
Because I know going into Southampton we had to fly a teardrop, but there were no
No,
mountains.
it wasn't that. It was after you'd gone, Alex. Oh, it would have been the last one. It was after Lowe, so it would have been LIEO, so that would have been Sardinia. Yeah, it was Sardinia.
Right.
The airfield, was it Cristiano Ronaldo or something in Sardinia?
Oh, that's what we're flying into now.
Oh, it's not that one. Hang on. Olbia Costa Smeralda.
Ah, that one.
Yeah, it's the one on the north part of Sardinia Island. And it was a weird approach. It was the last landing it did last night.
Yeah, I still need to watch the VOD back from yesterday, especially going into Innsbruck.
What, my greaser into Innsbruck.
We'll see about that.
I haven't had a greaser yet in this plane. every one of them has been a concurrent or a currency landing. You get all 3 of them in one go.
Until I reconfigured my controls, I was slamming it a bit, but then
Oh.
when I did that, it was fine.
Like I even reached out to my Airbus buddies. I'm like, is this thing just not flying right, or am I just bad?
Pull the throttles
consensus-
at 50 feet, and then just pull back on the stick a little bit, and it should lose the speed nicely.
Okay.
Because the CFM engines take a while to like wind down,
Yeah.
so I don't do it when it says retard. I've already done it before then.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily have to pull back the throttles at the retard calls, just a reminder. And I think 20 feet.
Yeah, but
But I
if
think you can do it before.
if you did it when it said, I would almost guarantee a hard landing, unless you want to float it for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna go for a firm landing into Madeira.
You're gonna go Ryanair on this, aren't you?
I mean, we're gonna stay on the runway. Hopefully.
I kind of want to see you fly or fall off the edge now. I won't call on my land, it's just a plane in a ditch somewhere.
Does the scenery that we're gonna have? So I assume you have custom scenery, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if the default scenery has the extended runway.
Ha!
Because it's not very old.
Oh boy.
How much of the landing or the runway is actually the extended bit? Like how many feet?
Probably the buffer I have at the end of my. This is how much you have runway to, or how much runway you're going to use. There it is, 10,000 feet.
I'm still at 27,000.
You had a backbreaker on Ryanair flight to Manchester a couple of years ago. There was some swearing in the cabin. I wonder if it was like a junior pilot.
Interesting how to the right of me there's a lot of clouds and to the left is barely any.
Yeah, I don't know, beat Nick.
It's a nice shot you got there, Paul.
It just followed the flight path. Yeah, it's a lovely view off the wing, isn't it?
Yeah. My right side wing view is in the back, so it's just you're being blinded by the reflection off the wing itself.
Is it
I should
outside
move
or
that.
inside?
It's inside. I don't know how to get it outside.
Okay, so to get it outside, you have to do a little trick.
Okay.
You have to go into the camera.cfg,
Okay.
and what you do is you pick the first camera.
Yep.
And on the X position, you just set it to like -5, and then when you go back in the sim, your first camera then, when you go to it, will be like left outside of the plane. And what you can then do
Gotcha.
is once you're outside, it can't lock you anymore. So then you can fly the camera around to where you want it, and then save it as one of your external things again.
I'll have to do that then. I'm
that-
assuming you've done that for other planes too.
I have only done it for this at the moment, but that's how
Oh,
you
okay.
get. That's why you hear internal engine sounds, but your camera's external.
Yeah. That's super helpful. Oh, and you've got a couple external views too, don't you? Or a couple versions of that.
Yeah, I have one on the left and one on the right mostly.
Oh, okay.
But you know, you've got like 10 preset. You can do 2 easily.
Oh, those are already those are all being used. I set this up exactly the same way that I have X-Plane set up because I got so frustrated with the camera system.
I think
Thanks
that's
to
my
your-
biggest issue with the game at the moment. The camera system is terrible.
Yeah. Thanks to your camera video though, Paul. That was helpful.
No worries. We really need like a chase plane, don't we, or something like a proper add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently the, if you can call it, SDK for the view system hasn't been opened up either. So developers can't even make anything.
That's probably why we don't have chase plane yet.
Yeah.
But when we do, like, because you can set cameras up and then you can share them online, and it's really, really handy.
You're not just limited to 10 views either, 10 custom views.
Plane just slowed way down.
Just hit a constraint, maybe.
Nah, it's just it's running the bottom of the range there, so I'm running 230 right now.
I've noticed it does fly a little bit slow when it doesn't need to. Something
Yeah.
like on arrival, it does do that.
Well, then again, talking to one of my buddies who's an Airbus pilot, he says that they usually manually manage the speed on their arrivals and descents.
Well, they
Because
go
it
manual.
tends to, because it tends to fly slow or something.
Interesting.
I think they've already said that it's an issue with the VNF path calculation and they're working on it, but changing one small thing can have massive like knock-on effects. So they're really careful with actually testing out whether something works or not.
Which is a good approach to it.
Because they have admitted that it's not supposed to fly at the bottom of that bracket, like the pink bracket, whatever it's called.
Flying in France is nice. Depends where you are. South coast of France is nice. So we should be flying over a little island. Should be a little island called Villa something. Villa Balera. There it is. I can see it now. You must be close to it, Ty.
I've already passed it. The one that's got the VOR on it. Or actually, there's a little airport on there. Oh, PPS.
Porto Santo. Pretty much the entire width of the island.
Yeah, I'm coming up on MA 344 right now, or 534. It's about time for approach mode.
How far out do you go for approach phase?
I usually start at around 4,000 or 5,000 feet if I'm just doing a straight up descent. Like in this case, I'm 15 miles out, so I want to make sure that I'm at green dot speed no later than 10 miles out, so that I can start bringing the speed down.
Yeah, chase plane would be nice to have, but if it requires the SDK to be opened up properly, then we're going to have to wait a bit. And there's some nice views.
Gosh, yeah, right, transition is here. You guys are killing me flying around here.
Still broken at 1500 drizzle still. Well,
It's soupy.
that's from 30 minutes ago, that.
Yeah, it's real soupy. I think we're gonna be okay though. I can see a little bit of the island out there, but looks like the top of the clouds are probably 7,000 or 8,000 feet. Like there's some buildups. How far do you fall?
What, as in, where am I?
Yeah.
44 out from Madeira, 1943 estimated.
Oh geez.
And
Okay.
it's 47 still. Be right back real quick.
I'm way ahead of you guys.
Yeah, that's why I sped up a little bit. I've gone manual on
Okay.
speed for a bit, just trying to pull a gap. with
Well,
Alex.
let's do this. Let's do a left 360.
No idea, Pyro Blaster.
There are many ways with which we can slow down.
Thing is, when you look back at Volanta, you'll see your flight path, and you'll have this big donut that you just did.
It's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Don't know to both of them.
Yeah, because I could have also flown the other. I could have flown an approach into 5 and then circled to 2-5 or 2-3 or whatever.
Yep.
Feeling that brave today though. Cupcakes had a sinus infection, so we're keeping it low key.
But
Let's get all the lights. GSX is under development apparently. Oh, this is a lovely time of day to be coming in for a landing.
Is this how you planned it?
Pretty much, although I think, was it yesterday or last, I think last week I got it a little bit wrong and we came in to, I think we landed in, was it Nice, somewhere like that, and it was, oh, Turkey, that was it. Landed in Turkey and it was completely pitch black outside. Oh, just these landing lights appeared in the distance.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, no, this is good.
It kind of like it scales your iris down, doesn't it? So if you're in the cockpit and you've got the dome light on, you can't see anything outside at night. It just shuts your iris down.
All right, I'm gonna do one more circle. That should be fine.
Well, Ireland is on my left right now, so
Yeah, I saw you on. I see where you're at on Volanta. There's a lot of people there.
I go back to managed speed now, Alex, because I think I pulled a little bit of a gap on you.
I'm already at managed speed, but it, like I said, it drops to the bottom of the bracket, so I'm doing about 240 knots,
Yeah.
259 ground speed.
There's a taxiway, Charlie, on the end, so you should be able to land and vacate immediately. So no backtracking as long as you brake on time.
Yeah, Ty. Just brake on time.
Listen. Worst case, I'll sit at the end of the runway and just wait for you. plenty of room for you to land, right?
Are you actually still doing another 360?
Yeah, I'm gonna establish myself here in a moment.
Not quite Radish Boy. I took a break for the F1. Constraints in there.
Okay. I'm back established.
Nice. Oh my god, this view.
Yeah, that did pretty well, because now you're almost exactly halfway between myself and is it Alex, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It is it's a little soupy.
I just went into some clouds as well.
Yeah, I'm descending through them now.
And I completely forgot to turn on my landing lights at 8,000 feet.
We're gonna go to pilot jail now.
Yep,
Cardinal sin.
that's a naughty corner for you.
I'm sorry.
Your VA is gonna reject the flight. That's gonna be that.
Sad times.
No, we can't land at 0.5. The wind's pretty strong coming at us. It's a lovely view, though. There's a lot of cloud around now.
It's a really thick kind of fog layer.
Yeah.
I got lights at 1300.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Because we're looking at myself playing a demo video on TV. Here we are. I know. Lovely.
Well, I think I'm going to head now. I'll not be here next weekend, so I'll see ye all again in 2 weeks' time. PS don't do steam trains in TSW until I'm B. Lol, good night to you all.
Good night, Chris. Have a good weekend.
The wind coming off this island is doing stuff, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
A bit turbulent.
Pushing me. It's just pushing me around a little bit, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I just want to sit and look out the wing.
Just turn on the autopilot, or let the autopilot land the
Beautiful.
plane.
Okay, good news. The extension's here.
Winner.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Landing gear. It's coming out. Three green, autopilot. Can't do that. Go around sets. No blue. Manage speed. That is soupy. Visibility
just-
0.
All right, I have news.
Is it good news?
Hot brakes.
Hot brakes.
I could have almost made the first taxiway.
I'm not even visual with the runway. I'm at 1,500 feet.
Yeah, it was about 12 or 13 when I got the lights. You may have a little worse, though.
At least you've rubbed it in the runway. More griffle ball than me.
Feels like it's chucking me into the ground. Oh, there's some lights. There's some lights.
So I got a humongous amount of sync coming through about 150, 200. Like it I was almost, I thought I was gonna have to go around.
aircraft. Let's do this.
$1,000.
Oh, I had a crosswind and it's just turned around onto the nose. Scumbag.
$100 above. 500. Minimum.
That was a massive lod snap right there.
I am in the soup now.
Woo.
100. 40.
Yeah, see?
30. 20. Retard. 5.
Nice.
I got a really weird sync going on then. Right, let's keep the speed up.
Of course, I don't see you.
I'm just vacating now. Runway is yours, Alex.
Oh, thank you.
So you don't have any custom scenery here then?
I do.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Why do you
Oh,
see?
the default is shockingly good then.
Okay. Might
'Cause it's
explain why
pretty-
Madeira's not expensive then.
I was gonna
Yeah, I
say it's
think-
pretty close.
I think it was like €8, Paul, something like that.
Yeah, I'll probably just tidied it up.
Oh, they've done some, yeah, they've done some custom modeling here for this one. Because like the airport to the Madeira sign is, or airport to the Madeira sign is up there too.
Just looking for landing lights coming at me. I don't see them yet.
They're definitely on.
I got a heck of like a wind shear just on very short final.
Yep. Like at 150 feet or something.
Yeah, it just suddenly went
Just
up
sank.
and down.
Like the plane just sank.
Yeah, and the engine just fired up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
That was
I can't even see the pappies though.
About 1300 I started seeing that.
Yeah, I was flying manual throttle and manual, flying with no auto throttle, no auto pilot, and I pooed a little.
Yeah.
Just not expecting it.
See if Alex gets that sync. Oh, I think he just did it.
I can't see either of you.
That's really weird. Although I can't see any gear on Alex's aircraft, but my model matching's out. But he's down. He's got one of those hover planes, doesn't need wheels.
Also, hot
Me-
brakes.
Yeah, auto brake medium was way too much.
Yeah, I went low, I think. Because that landing calculator is really conservative, and just every time I brake, It stops me a lot earlier than it predicted I would.
I don't think I've ever taken as many screenshots as I have this flight, though. Like, both the departure and the arrival were really nice.
Oh yeah.
Can I park in between you two?
Try.
I mean, can you?
I think I can.
I don't have collision on. I can't even see you anyway, so. And if Paul's got it on, that'll be an exciting end of the stream.
I don't get why we could see. Actually, I don't know if I can see time.
You were able to. Yeah, I'm on your right over there.
Is that
parked?
Jetta.com?
Yeah. Yeah, we were China, now we're Jet. What was that? The Langoliers, right? We had a little Langolier moment where it disappeared, came back.
Yeah, look at those clouds. They are nasty.
Do I have a Russian? Yeah, I'm an Aeroflot, I think, on your stream.
Yeah, I still need to sort out the model matching.
I don't even know if it's actual model matching or if it's just you needing to download the liveries and the livery manager. What plane are you in, Ty?
Virgin America.
Yeah, you're in an EasyJet for me, and I do have the model matching installed.
Pretty certain I have EasyJet liveries.
Guess the power fluctuations are off in the distance.
Yeah, I see that.
I can still see the drawings in Valenta.
Really?
Yeah. Just as we left Portugal.
Oh yeah, I see more. Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
did it keep the drawings from like is it gonna keep that in perpetuity?
it probably when the party
Every time
ends,
we
it'll-
look at this flight, we can relive that moment.
Yeah. Maybe it's a premium feature that does that. I mean, I'm glad we got in daylight because that would have been even more interesting at night.
It would have been a hoot.
Yeah, I think that weather's getting worse at Madeira.
Like, I don't know what that weather cell there is doing, but if that had pushed a little further to the east, it would have been a lot sportier.
But even like back where we came from, there's just a huge amount of rising cloud. Down south, another airport flew into and saw a lot of Vaximus flying out. Nice. Yeah, I just wish that model matching worked a bit better.
Vietjet?
Vietjet.com. It's got a VN tail. Is that Vienna?
I guess Vietnam.
Vietnam? It's interesting. It says enjoy flying in English. If you try clicking,
find out.
control click and drag in Volanta, it shows you.
Vietjet Aviation joint stock company trading as Vietjet Aero. Vietjet is an international low-cost airline from Vietnam.
There you go. That is a long way from
So,
home.
Jet, you learned something new today.
How do you say this?
Right, well, thank you for joining me, lads.
Thanks for having us. That was
thank you.
fun.
That was fun.
It's a fun little approach, wasn't it?
We've got a company message.
It says, great landing.
Well done on the buttery smooth landing.
Is that what it says? Yeah.
No, ATA 1950 Zulu. Alright, that's boring.
Cool. Right, I'm going to head out, guys. Thank you for watching today.
I do want to do the 05 approach at some point, though.
Yeah, just not when the weather's quite like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
saw
I did
some...
also get that downdraft in...
Game over, man.
Or was it a
Game
downdraft?
over.
I don't know. That gust of wind on final.
Thank you, Captain Flint. Yeah, we did some fun flying this weekend. I'll be back next weekend, let you know what the schedule is for the week. We've got to do some videos this week as well, again. If you've not seen the video today, go and watch today's video. It's not a flying video, but hopefully you'll have a giggle. So go and check it out. Day in the life of a gamer. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for your support. And thanks to the mods. Can we get some GGs and love in chat for the mod team, who do a splendid job moderating for your viewing pleasure. I hope you have a great week ahead. I shall see you all very soon. That's it from me. Take it easy, guys. Love you all. Good night.